Sean, thank you so much for joining us on the Monday, the 3rd of October in the Storytelling by and for Adult series. Please introduce yourself fully, tell us about your work, and please tell us a story.
Thank you, Eric. I'm Shan. I'm from Chennai, the southern part of India. I'm an advertising man, and also I'm into training. So how we got into the storytelling? Well, so I tell a lot of stories to my clients those days, and slowly I developed into, storytelling. And also when I do my training program, I tell a lot of stories to my audience. So that's how I become a storyteller. Well, that's about me. And here, I would like to tell a story where I had a dream, it's like, that whenever I travel to my village is far off in a rural area of southern part of Tamil Nadu. And, the night time I go alone, and night time I lay down on the paddy field. I look up at the clear night sky and see the starry night, So wonderful twinkling stars and all that. I always admire that. I've always been fascinated by space science. So as I developed a passion, I started following the latest space programs and see a lot of movies and a lot of YouTube programs on space programs. And also I studied a lot about space science. And recently I started following James Webb telescope, and really fascinating me. But the thing is, while I study or while I go through those space programs, something going on inside my mind, like a lot of imagination is taking place in my mind. It's like, as if I'm in that spaceship or traveling and all that. So it's going on a lot. So I remember one such a dream I recently had. So I would like to narrate that. Okay. So NASA, you all know about that, National Aeronautical Science Agency, asked me to take up an interstellar space travel to the Alpha Centauri system. So Alpha Centauri system is a star cluster. So 3 stars together, very near, right? And it is the only star system where it's neighbor to our solar system. So it is a gravitational bound system of the closest stars and planets to our system. And it's about around 4.3 light years from the sun. Of course, NASA is providing all the necessary technicalities and gave us the training to cope up with the, how we can manage in the planet. So we blasted off at the Kennedy Space Center, traveling at the speed of light. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. That's the speed of light. So with the help of solar power and the sails, propelled by high energy lasers to increase our shapeship's propulsion, so we are able to manage and travel to in that spaceship. So I'm leading a team of about 50 college students, consisting of around 30 boys and 20 girls. And when we're traveling, the first thing we encounter was weightlessness. And we started floating, It's a new experience for me and for my students also. Everybody was enjoying, and it's a new feeling, a different kind of experience for us. So while we were watching our Earth, slowly fading away from us, and 2 girls I saw, they were almost in tears. I went to them and I said, why you look so sad? You should be very happy on the ship. One girl said, sir, look at the earth, so beautiful, so peaceful and so calm. But, when we are there in the earth, my God, it's the turmoil and the noise and the pollution, all those confusion and the pandemics and all, so many things. But look at the earth now, it's so calm, so beautiful, very, very peaceful. I said, okay, you're going to witness a lot of things in our planet. Then we passed that earth and all that, and we come to that big planet, Jupiter. So big, going to engulf us, something like it, so big. And we crossed that, and there, we saw the beautiful satellite Saturn. So hanging out there with rings, different colors, rings, with the sun's rays, slowly the fog is also coming in from that rings, and so beautiful. And one of the students said, sir, look, it's like, I don't know who created this. What a fantastic look. I said, that's the natural phenomenon. Next, we crossed at our solar system, and we have a clear view of our Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is full of stars, so many stars. And then we saw the Andromeda galaxy also near to that. So 4 years we have been traveling, and since we left the Earth, and we landed on a Proxima b. Proxima b this is the planet we landed, and here is the sun for that Proxima b. And actually we covered the distance nearly about 4 years. And whereas on Earth, it was like around 4.5 light years we have crossed. That's the distance we have covered. It happened because we traveled at the speed of light. So without the speed of light travel, it would take us about probably 6,000 years to reach that planet. So the space-time reduced our journey. We have witnessed, another remarkable event I can describe is we all looked the same. We didn't age much compared to the Earth people. Traveling at the speed of light has its advantages. Our aging process slows down with time. The past 4 years of traveling, we hardly noticed the passage of time. So this is mainly due to the, our clock, the spaceship almost stopped ticking. To measure our time, we used an atomic clock to know how long we have been taking. So the planet we have chosen is known as a Proxima b, which I showed you now. And NASA found this a habitable planet for us to live on and do terraforming, and also, make living more comfortable, so that, they will send further people to join us, and so that we can start a colony out there. So then we have settled down nicely on the surface of our newly discovered planet. Of course, we did have a lot of problem here to manage and, try to adjust our body and ourselves. And initially some students were, also I noticed one thing that, some of our students started dominating other people and other students, like, I know this, I can do this, and no, I'll tell you what to do, and all those kind of authoritative thing they started. But I saw that, and I vehemently opposed that idea. I recommended a system where whatever jobs or tasks each one of us is capable of doing in this planet can be completed by all of us together. Suppose if I don't know anything about certain area of that particular task on the planet, someone can teach me so that I can teach them, like that, all together we can do together and bring the planet in a living condition. So in this way, I believe that we will be involved in protecting our planet. And also there will not be any conflicting thoughts among us or the inferiority between us, and the grading and all that will not be there. So there will be only a peace of mind and happiness in our life. That's the purpose of that. So hence, on the surface of Proxima B, we decided that we should live on like no politics, no religion, no leaders, and no races. So all of us are equal. And we started off very beautifully as a group together, and everything started going on very well with that. So, dear friends, just imagine that, what would have happened to our earth if our ancient days, we continued that. Just think about that. So my dream may be a paradoxical one for you people, but I'm sure one day humans can travel to space and colonize the habitable planet. Whatever, planet or wherever he goes, but he should not follow the kind of a life heading on this earth, because the human race should be saved. It has to be saved. So, dear friends, start looking up, not down, because down earth, we spoil our earth, and also totally we are depending on the earth, and which is not in a position to carry on our day-to-day life in a peaceful manner, because we destroyed our earth. So the future is to look up. So with that, please think about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions I can answer?
Well, Shan, I want to congratulate you on many times when I've heard you speak like a professor, like a trainer, in a very a very strong way. But today you spoke with a lot of wonder in your voice.
Thank you.
And I think that's it's great to have that, to have different tones, different emotions. And this was a wonderful emotion. The wonder was a wonderful emotion that you told from.
Yeah, anyone can ask me a question in 3 minutes. Maybe I can answer.
Or give a feedback, or or just to tell what came into your mind when you were listening to Shan. Gustav, go ahead.
Okay, you can listen, right?
We can hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that the way you mixed science with inspiring poetry, because you put poetry in your message, in your story. You put poetry, and that's wonderful. The thing that came to my mind was a story I've been working on about the stars also, but it's different. It's and I want to tell it. I want to work for it in Chennai. This is about a dream, but yours is mixing many factual data, like the distance from the sun to the earth, and the velocity of the light, and in a very inspiring manner to perhaps, yes, to see up and not down to our local horrible that happened, can be very inspiring. And that's true. That's a very that's good. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you.
So Sean, is that actually a dream you really had?
Actually, when I was going through a lot of these programs of the space programs, and when I talk about, a lot of things going on. What if I into that
Yes,
program? What
yes,
if
yes.
I, living in that place, in the
Mhm,
planet or
mhm.
this thing? I picked up the, the Fatima B, the planet which I'm talking about, this one. Why did I pick up? Because, today astro scientists, they have been exploring, and, it's almost a habitable one, they found out. But only the barrier is the distance. So that's why I used in my imagination that speed of light. So only with the speed of light, anyone can travel in the speed of light. They can reach that place. Otherwise, it is not possible for a human can go there. So it's amazing, just imagine, James Webb telescope is showing us a lot of all those beautiful pictures and all that. Just think about it. Who created it? Man? No, just a fantastic, So
The migration to outer space and other galaxies, I call it the Great Dispersal,
yes.
because some of us are going to disperse. The thing is that many of us will never know what happens in the different places.
Yes.
Some space stations, people will live on the space station for many years. Some of these vessels will go at the speed of light to different galaxies. We're going to disperse, and we will never fully know what happens to everybody. And what happens. Each one will be its own social experiment. It'll be sponsored by a government or a corporation or a billionaire, but who knows what might happen along the way? Like look at the USA. It rebelled against its parent, the government of England, and at some point it said, "Hey, government of England, you're back in England. We're in the new land, and we're going to do what we want." So similar things could happen in different galaxies. So we won't have the sense of closure. See, there are lots of bad things we can say about what's going on in the world, but at least we know what's going on in the world. In a sense, we have a general closure of what's going on the planet.
Yes.
But we're not going to have that when the dispersal really begins. Regina?
Yeah, let me just say, I've been down at Cape Canaveral a number of times because friends are there and work there. And I saw the launch of a space shuttle, not up close, but I could see it. The very first woman to go up in it. And her name was Sally Ride. Her last name was Ride. And all over that area were these billboards and signs in front of stores and everywhere. Ride, Sally, ride. So when it happened, it was this moment of hope and optimism. This was before the Challenger blew up, before any of that stuff. So I think what we need, to help us not go into this place of, oh my God, but ride, Sally, ride. That's the human spirit, and the web photographs just take it so far out there. They really do. So ride, Sally, ride, all of us.
Thank you. Finally, I would like to say on that, Eric. Actually, when you think about 400 years back, before Newton, Isaac Newton period, people were totally different because, they never knew about the gravitational field, right? And when Newton came, the gravitational field, they stumbled on it. And Albert Einstein, explained about the space science and the theory of relativity. And also he brought all those E = mc² and all those formulas and all that. Now, it looks like it is possible compared to 300 years back, right? So it is possible now. It is possible. I think Elon Musk is very serious about that. He can send people to the Mars. So, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.